legs and arms that I done, and I done it like this. And I've also have pieces for mermaid tails that I've made. 2 different types of mermaid tail, whole tail and also the moving tail, so that has the joint as well. So this is my example doll that I kept for myself. I've also done them in cards. But today I was thinking, I've been thinking for a while that I wanted to do a ribbon doll, and then I happened to watch what's her name? Craft Poodle. I'm sorry, I can't remember at the moment. And she did a ribbon doll. I'm like, oh, I want to do one. So anyways, I'm gonna do what is her name on there? So this one, I have all the patterns. I've had them for about a year because that's when around I made them. I have the hair patterns for all different things, and like I said, the mermaid, the body, and then I have a few card pieces, so I can use that to draw out my thing. So I don't get rid of my patterns. I work so hard to draw them out, and then to go again and, you know, do it again. I just keep them all. That's my thing. So I even keep my spare pieces from my cards. So what I'm going to do is I want to make, I'm not going to make the legs today because I'm making a ribbon doll. So what I'm making today is the arms and the body, the bust. So this will be, the parts that I'm making will be just the upper part here. And then I'll be doing the ribbon part on the ribbon doll. So I'm going to be using my pattern for that. But I want to share that I keep all my patterns, and kind of old school in the way I do that part. Just because, oh, I'm going to keep this for my cream paper because I just don't have the thing to do it. So so I'm going to use this. This was I think using my stencils and just rubbing off my stencils when I was doing a faux jelly print thing with, I was doing it on like silicone paper, and yeah, so I was doing it on there before I got my jelly print plate and trying to avoid getting a jelly plate, but I ended up getting one. So I got a little one, and then I got a larger one gifted to me in a prize, so that was awesome. So I didn't really have to buy a big one. So this is my body, and then I'm going Pink Poodles Craft, that's her name. And so I was like thinking about making this, and then she came along and made it, and that was really cool, and I really loved hers. She did a digi head and a digital body, and she cut the head, bought it off of Etsy, and she did a coloring with it and put the head onto a nice body. It just looked really gorgeous, and then the beautiful ribbons. So I am I'm just going to do my particular pattern that I have here, and then do the ribbon dress on it. So I'm thinking I'm doing black because I'm trying to see, I don't know, I might add some cream up here for the neckline or something, but that is just, yeah, what I'm doing so far. Is I have made a cream for behind, and I'm thinking about doing a V-neck. So I might just do that. And I'm hoping I'm gonna be like, okay with this here, and do an okay job. And then have it like that, I think. Yeah. So now I'm just going to glue those together and then trim up the edges. And I'm just going to use my tacky glue. And I'm going to trace my head and legs onto my cream paper, and I'm going to have to color them because they're going to be very white, and I need to shade them up and that kind of thing, because this is my cream paper I've always used. And gonna have to shade it up. Shade it up so it looks realistic. And I'll just trim the edges around after. So I'm gonna do the heads and stuff on my cream paper. Here is my paper doll so far. So I have her body, her arms, and her head. And now I'm just going to take my watercolor crayons and I'm just going to use that in here. So I'm just going to color my surface here, my glass. I'm just going to shade that in. Can you see? I don't think you guys can see any difference in the color. So I'm just going to kind of, maybe I'll draw directly on it. I'm just going to kind of make some shades. I'm going to color directly on it. Watercolor crayons, I love them, and I don't usually color directly on the pieces when I do these, but it's going to spread the color on a little quicker. So I'm just going around the edges with the peach. And then kind of adding the water to pull it in more, give it more of a skin tone. It's so bright. Will it help if I take the light off the video? Don't know. Then I can't see. Don't know. But I'm just going to pull one up in here and you can see what I'm doing. I'm kind of just putting the color in. Pull you guys down. Well, that may help to see what I'm doing. So I'm just kind of pulling in some color. So when I did trace these, I flipped my arm piece right over and I marked the back on each one so I knew which way it was facing back. So then it would be exact opposite of the arms. I do that when I do legs as well. So then I use the same piece, but I'm flipping it over so it's facing the correct way on the doll. Less confusion that way. So I'm just doing that. Let's see, I'm going to add a little bit of browns, I think. It's easier to a little bit to do this before you put the doll together because I use the little rivets things to put it together, and yeah, I find it can be hard to do that. Hard to I'm trying to get some shading in here in the fingers. Give it more of a darker skin tone. And my fingers are all in the way here, so that's not very helpful. So I'm just trying to do that. Give it a little bit of a face here. Give her a face. And one last piece. I'm just kind of taking some paint off of my brush on another piece of paper. That's where I'm going with that. And I'm giving it a little bit more cleavage. If that's gonna work, I don't know. And that's where we're going with that. Doing her face a little darker. And like the neck part here is going to be behind, but yeah. And especially where it joints up. And under the arm parts is very dark too. So now I'm just kind of getting some of that paint off and kind of blending it. It doesn't have to be perfect, but I want it to look reasonable. So that's why I'm just kind of fiddling with it with the color. So I'm just kind of getting it, whoa, sticking to me realistic colors. Okay, I'm gonna give her a bit of a face. And that's her eyes. I'm going in there and doing a little bit of a lip. And a bit of a rosy cheek. And that's that. I think probably can go in a little bit more with my peach. Grab a little blue. So I'm just kind of adding a little color to her face here. And playing with it. Get a little bit going here. I like the orange. I'm going to add some orange to her cheeks too. And it's very small, so I'm not doing the detail too. It doesn't have to be great. There we go. That's good for now. Cute. I kind of smeared it a bit, but it's gonna work for now. And then I can add some marks after. Now I'm going to start putting her arms and legs together, or her arms and her body together. I'm just gonna add more color to it after if I need to, but right now I'm going to add her holes, which she needs in here to get this going. So I'm just gonna clip it down, twist, and there we go. I'm gonna go with the kind of silvery, they're not like, they're metallic looking silver, not bright silver. And then I'm just gonna clip her head on. That's it. I'm gonna hammer it out after a little bit just to flatten out it better. I discovered I do have to do that, flatten them out a bit, is use the hammer on the back and just hammer them down. So we'll do that after I get all these attached. I did so many of them, I kind of got where I need to put the holes. But I did do these quite a while ago, but still remember, I did so many that my hands were so sore from pushing on this little cutter thing here. Holy maker. So there we go. Put them together just like easy peasy. And if you don't have rivets in it, you can always tie little knots in them with string and make little pinholes and tie a little knot in it. So there's different things you can do to invent your own little movable parts. And there's also those ones that you spread on the back. I can't remember what they're called. Those are really cool too. They have small ones, so those work as well. And here we go with the other arm. Make sure it looks good in the back. You hear a little snap. Sometimes if you find it a little hard to do, you can add a little piece of card as well, like a little playing card to it too, to make sure it snaps through that. And more layers, it's easier to snap through these type of things. So then it gives it something sturdy, I guess, to snap onto. I don't know, but it works. It works. And that's it. And that's just the paper. A lot of times I will add a little card or something to the back of the whole thing. It is cut through. I just need to go back and forth. And that's the upper part of my doll pretty much done. To make her more sturdy, I could have put her on some more cardstock. Like I put a second layer of this, so that would have been maybe a good thing to do. There she is so far. Now I just got to kind of, like I said before, hammer out her little things so then they're more stiff. So I'm just going to use my scrap paper again to do her hair. And go around. And what I'm going to do is I don't like, for this particular doll, I'm not going to put her hair, I don't think I'm going to put her hair at a point. I think I'm just going to go and leave her hair up like this and maybe make it smaller in this area. So I can just kind of change it up from what I like or from what I had. And see if I like it. I'm going to cut inside because of course the pencil is kind of dull and round and it makes it bigger than it should be. And then I'm going to color it whatever color I think I want to color her hair. I made a mark so I knew which side I wanted to go to the back. And I'm going to cut it still down some more. Gluing her hair on right here. I'm going to trim it up too because it's just not exactly the way I want her hair. And I'm going to glue it on. And I'm going to I actually don't even need to glue the back of the head. I was going to glue on this too, but I don't really need to glue the back of the head. What I need to do is cut her hair a lot better and then draw out her hair or paint her hair. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go long hair. Cut it closer to her head a bit. And cut her bun a little bit more. I don't know. Like that. So this is how she's looking so far. So in the in International Crafters in the swap that I've done just this last week, we're doing a ribbon and trim swap, and this is one of the things you can do with those ribbons and trims is make a paper doll with the dress, lace dress, and that kind of thing. So you can do it either different ways. Start off one way and then go down with hanging laces. So I'm just kind of trying to see what I want. And this is where the hot glue gun is going to come in handy. I have been gifting so many ribbon pieces, and I have so many pieces I find at yard sales. Look at this. Any of these can get put in there. And then I just clip some of those smaller pieces onto these little clips and hang them on a shower hanger from like IKEA. They sell those packs, or even probably like any kind of bulk home store. So that's how I keep them when they're in smaller bits like that on a shower ring, just to let you know. But there's tons of different pieces we can add to this. I got these ones from the dollar store. These are little burlap trims. They're so gorgeous. Yard sale, got a bunch of different trims from there. Rick Rack I got from Victor, I believe. Tons of it too. And a few different tones of browns. So it's just great. You can just totally throw in a bunch of things. You can add some feathers as well to this project. So I just got like lots of stuff. And I do have these little bags from the dollar store that are gift bags. And you can make kind of a little piece over, I don't know, I'm thinking, this is weird, I know. I'm thinking you can do a little piece like this for something. Either A, fill it up with some goodies and have a little doll like that, or you just use that as an outer piece and you still have the trims glued to it, and that comes down, you cut it out. So that's kind of cute. I like that. So these I got from the dollar store, and it's just the little gift bags. So I kind of think that's cute. So I might use that as well as a bunch of trims. I've probably chosen way too many pieces. I'm going to put her arms in the air, but hey, I don't care. I am going to use them anyway and just pile them on. Now I'm going to put some hot glue. I got quite a bit there, so and it's really super hot right now. So let's see how fast I can move it on here. I'm using my bone folder just to kind of help get it on. And then I'm going to use, I got 1 strips of these here. I need a new hot glue gun because my hot glue gun just kind of overheats now, I think. But for now, it's going to work. So I'm just going to keep adding pieces. This one I'm going to fold up a bit. See how it's just leaking? It's just leaking. Grab some of that glue I dropped. And there we go. I'm just going to put a strip of glue again. I'm having fun with it. And kids are making a lot of noise upstairs. I was thinking I was going to color some of them with some food coloring. You can do that if you don't have the colors you want. I might add some. I don't know. I'm just going to play with it like this for now. And kind of add some strips. More strips. And I'm going to add a few to the front, I think. Because I kind of probably should have put some of my smaller ones in the front. That's okay. So there, I'm going to leave that like that. That's how I'm doing it. Now I got glue all over my fingers, so I'm going to flip her over and see how she looks. It's really cute. She is very, yeah, some of it's very light, but I'm going to add some of the darker ones here now. And I should have probably thought about that to begin with, but whatever. We'll see how it works. I'm going to stick it with my bone folder and see how I get some of that in there. Some of that rickrack I had. For the front here, I'm just going to pull it a bit, stick more in there. I got some of this, and I got it from Victor, and I got right around my birthday time. He sent me a bunch of stuff, so it was so cool. So now I get to use it. And I got a blue one. It's going to be an odd color, but that's okay. I got a lot of glue, but after this, what I can do about all the glue strings is kind of blow heat it and add it to, it'll just kind of melt. So this is my thing. How she looks. She's like, before it's too late, I really want to check that if I want this, so I pull this. This is one thing about hot glue. It's so easy to pull off. It's not like permanently gluing on there with like E6000 where it'd be like a mess. But now I'm like, hey, I want to put that on there. Do I want it on there? Let's see. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to stick her body just together and out of my way. Stick her head through there just because it'll be easier than pulling all the string through. There we go. One handy dandy thing about doing a movable arms and stuff. And I'm flying birds around, not quite. So I kind of like that. I kind of did like that. So I'm thinking putting it back on there. Yeah, I kind of like that because I think it ties the dress in a little bit more. The part of the dress, the blackness. So I'm just going to double knot the top of the bag closed. Like so. There we go. I can always glue that down the back a bit more. I got my fingers full of glue. So I did cut the bottom, of course, and now I can just add the flower back over here to where I like it. It's really, really hot, so I gotta be careful. I'm gonna burn this bag. I don't want to really burn it through, but that's cute. I like that. I think it adds something to her dress. So those little gift bags are really cool that way. And then I'm just gonna glue the knots down right here and here on the bag. I don't need to cut them off. Just glue them down a bit so they don't go to the front. Just like that. It kind of covers up the gluage over there. And then, like I said, I wanted to do the birds, so I'm probably just going to put some metallic lusters on them. This one's might be a little bright. This one was champagne ice. I think I'll just do the blacky. Wet my fingers a bit, guys. You can wet your fingers and just go add some darkness to them. I got got some sound effects. And rough them up, those little birdies. I'm not sure how many I'm going to do. So I got 5 done there. Well, let's do 7 just for the heck of it. 5, 6, 7. Put my finger in the water again just to wipe it off. Oh, I keep going out of the view, but I don't want to get dripping of hot glue, because once I push on it, it really wants to go on me. Don't know if I really should have put one right there, but right there would have been a good spot. And I'm going to put a pearl there. So I'm just going to put some through her dress, some of these little birds, her ribbon dress. And that's about it for that. I just thought it would be cute to have some in there. In her dress. I don't even know how many I have in there now. I think I have more than what I was planning on. There we go. A few birds in there. You can even put little buttons or some little things in there. And there she is at the moment. I really like her. Putting a little glue down here. Making more of a mess. I'm just going to stick some glue in my end of my feather. Stick it up in here. I have a couple of feathers that I could throw on. And then just using your imagination, you can throw them out throughout the piece. And one more. So there's some feathers in there. Just like that. And you just go on and on and on with this, can't you? You just could. I have little trims here like this. I could just throw a couple of these on right here if I wanted to. What do I think? I think it's cute. And this is my ribbon doll. And thank you, Pink Poodle Crafts. Pink Poodle Crafts, I think it is. I'll have to for reminding me I wanted to do this doll. And there she is. So I hope you guys enjoyed this and give it a try. Put all the little feathers in her hair and all that kind of stuff. And have fun with it, guys. Okay, friends, here is the end result of my ribbon doll. So here's her head. Her face. Put flower in her hair, and then I decided to do that throughout. I added some bluish black flowers there. Make it focus. Camera's not doing well. And I did some feathers, little other trims, did the birds throughout as well as the flowers. And there is my trim. I can even spray some of it. I was thinking of doing that to darken it. I could do that with a bit of a brown maybe. Let's just play with it. This is blue. Blue, that's really the right color. This might be, let's test this one out. That one looks like it's more of a greeny, but now I'm kind of changing the colors. But you can add, sorry guys, different colors to it, to the ribbons, before or even after, it doesn't matter. So now I'm adding some brown. And I'm going to add some black, I think. Just because. Darken it up a bit. Make it look grungy. There she goes. Now I'm just going to let that dry. And there is my ribbon girl. So I hope you guys like that and give it a try. And I did mine a little bit on the grungy side. I like that. And just because I don't know. And that's her. So I hope you guys give it a try. Don't forget to craft like a duck, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.